Okay, so here is the video for Monday's lesson. So as you can see, today we're going to classify equations as having many solutions, one solution, or no solution. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this. So what's going to happen is we have this problem here. 8 times a plus 2 equals 5a plus 16 plus 3a. So when we go ahead and solve this problem, the first step that we're definitely going to do is the distributive property. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and simplify the distributive property. But here's where our steps change, because in the past, we would just start moving terms. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we combine our like terms. So in this case, our like terms are 5a and 3a, because that's going to do something important for us. It's going to let us compare what we have on both sides. So when we combine 5a and 3a, we get 8a. So what I can see here is that I have 8a plus 16 and 8a plus 16 on both sides. So what does that tell me? I have the same coefficient for x. I have 8 and 8. And I have the same constant, 16 and 16. So what that tells me is that I'm going to have many solutions, because no matter what I put in for a, I'm going to end up with the same thing on both sides. And we can test that. Let's say a equals 1. What I'm going to end up with is 8 times 1 plus 16 equals 8 times 1 plus 16, which is going to give me 8 plus 16, 8 plus 16, and that gives me 24. I can put 100 in for a, and I'm still going to get the same thing. 8 times 100 plus 16 equals 8 times 100 plus 16, because I have the same thing on both sides. This is 800 plus 16 equals 800 plus 16. Okay, so what you want to look for is you kind of want to make sure as you're simplifying, if you end up with the same thing on both sides, you're going to end up with an infinite number of solutions, many solutions. So that's a change from the one solution problems that we were seeing. Here's another example. So in the past, we've thought of equations as having one solution while inequalities have many. Now we're at the point where we can see that equations can also have one solution, no solutions, or many solutions. So let's see what happens when we try this problem. Here you have the problem 6m plus negative 4 equals 2 times n plus 2 plus 4m. So here what you can see actually is I didn't distribute. I changed this sign here because I know what a plus and a negative is going to give me. It's going to give me a negative. And then here you can see I distributed my 2 to my m and my 2 to my 2. 2 times m plus 2 times 2 plus 4m. So then I'm going to go ahead and simplify my distributive. So now what I have is 6m minus 4 equals 2m plus 4 plus 4m. And I'm going to combine my like terms. So here are my like terms, my 2m and my 4m. So what I have here is 6m minus 4 equals 6m plus 4. So in this case, I do not have the same thing on both sides. I have 6m and 6m, but I have a minus 4 and a plus 4. I have a different constant. So what would happen if I continued to solve? Well, if I continue to solve this, I have 6m minus 4 equals 6m plus 4, and I subtract 6m from both sides. What's going to happen is that 6m is going to cancel on both sides. And what I'm left with is negative 4 is equal to positive 4. Is that true? It isn't true. So that's why I'm going to slash it. That's what we call a false equation. So that means there is no solution. No matter what, there isn't going to be any number that can make this equation true. So that's pretty much it for today. You can go ahead and try the self-check. You can see how it ends up working out. So if you want to do the work and then check back, you should end up with infinitely many solutions. That's how I would say it instead of all solutions. So I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I'll see you again tomorrow.